Heartfelt welcome, everyone. It's Monica here. I want to share with you something that happened pretty much a week ago. I went to a healing session with a healer, and I didn't really know what to expect, but sometimes when I get myself into this kind of events or sessions or whatever you want to call it, I feel it really on a deep level. I feel actually terrified. I feel something horrible is going to happen, but in a good way. And what is actually feeling this horrible feeling is the ego minding me, because it's absolutely terrified that I'm going to get some insight on soul level. And then I know, yes, I really need to go to this event or to this healer. And this has happened before. When I was in Bali a few years back, I had a spiritual insight that actually changed my life. And before that event, it was actually more than a week-long event. I felt it immediately when I saw this ad about this special event. I knew I had to go. I was terrified, but I knew I had to go. And so it was last week. I knew I had to go, but I felt terrified. I actually tried to go some weeks earlier to this last week's event, but somehow I couldn't make it, because truth is I just found an excuse for myself because I was so shit scared to go there. But so last week I went, and what happened was that you actually sat in front of this healer, and she carries a huge amount of divine, pure white light through her, and you get the feeling when you sit in front of her that she sees straight through you. She can see what you are carrying. She can see what's really on your heart. She can see all your faults and mistakes. She can also see what makes you happy. She can see what makes you joyful. She can see where you are beating yourself up. She can see where you carry guilt or shame. So it's really a profound kind of feeling, and there's nowhere to hide. And then I sat in front of her, and I had this feeling, well, she can see straight through me. And I didn't say anything, and so she asked me, so what it is that you would like to have freedom from today? And I didn't say anything, because I still had the feeling, well, you are seeing straight through me already now, aren't you? So I don't need to speak. But that was a part of the deal, that I actually had to speak. You have to speak out loud. And when you do that, when you really reveal your innermost fears, like, damn it, this is how I do things, like, damn it, this is what I'm carrying right now in my heart, and I feel so much fear or shame or worry or guilt, but I bring it out in the open, and I speak with physical words. I speak it out loud to this person in front of me, and in itself that's already very healing, because all what you really want is to have freedom. You want to be free. You want to have a free heart. You want to have a free mind. You don't want to be in depression or anxiety and carry around those not so pretty things in your heart and mind. So really, already that you speak out in front of someone else. There was actually also another customer in the room at that same time, and she also heard everything that I was carrying within. And I found a lot of freedom. I'm not really sure what happened after a while, but I could feel all the light that I am. Every single cell in my body is carrying this light, is radiating this light, and it radiates outside my body as far as I want to bring it. So that is who we really are, beyond the surface, beyond the beliefs, beyond our fears, beyond our restrictive thinking. We are this pure divine light. We are really the flow of love, the flow of light. That is who we are. And then what spontaneously happened after that, I had another realization, and that is how much I've been not content and happy with my body. Gosh, for some reason and for so long. And I want to share also that with you, because I hope it will help also you to really find complete acceptance and love towards your own body. Because without this beautiful body that we have, we could not be here on this earth. You could not be here right now listening to these words or looking at the picture. You could not have all the wonderful experiences that you have had in your life so far. And I am 100% sure, even if you might think your life has sucked so far, but I'm 100% sure there has been these glimpses of light also in your life. And you still have them, and you're still gonna have so much of these beautiful, wonderful experiences ahead of you. And after this, we actually already had finished the session. But what happened was that I suddenly felt this tremendous love towards my own body. And really every single little part of the body, like my toes that are not very straight, they are like kind of weird. And you know what, like you have these little small hairs on the big toes, and I started to love them. And women have hairs all over the body that sometimes we are ashamed of, and we try to make the biggest efforts to try to remove these hairs. And I started to love every single hair on my body. And sometimes I get dry skin in the winter, and I thought, no, I'm still gonna love this body even if I get dry skin. And then the butt. Yes, we all have a butt or a bum. And sometimes I see so many other women that it's been like right now in this time that we are living, it's been some sort of thing that you work on your glutes, and you want to get a big, huge, round butt, but you still need to have this tiny, tiny waist. And I started to love my bum just the way it is, and I know I don't need to change anything. I can still love myself so much. If I want to give this body some movement, just because it's healthy to move your body, then I will do that. But not because I think I need to change my body to be accepted and loved. And we have to start with ourselves. We really, really do. Like really start to love this body right here, right now. And especially those little parts that you've been rejected before. And please, please, please start to see like, I love you. You can tell your body that. You can speak to your body, because the cells, they hear you. And what I've been doing lately is that whenever someone else makes a comment about my body that's not very uplifting, they're actually criticizing my body, maybe the bum or my weird looking toe, big toes, or whatever, I'm whispering to my body, never mind, they don't know what they're talking about. I love you, I still love you. And this is how you can start healing yourself, because the more and more and more we speak like this to ourselves, that sweetheart, I really, really love you. I love you so much. The more our body's gonna respond in a happy way. It's like our cells come alive, and it's like, oh gosh, I feel so loved. So, I hope this inspires you to start to dare to put into the open whatever are these deepest wounds that you are maybe carry within, and especially those parts that you want to hide, especially those parts that you're ashamed of, and maybe someone else has told you something negative about you. Like, speak to someone, talk to someone about it, say it out loud. It's so much healing in that we speak out loud. And then remember this immense amount of light and love that you are. And then thirdly, remember to love yourself and your body just the way it is, and I really mean that. Start with whatever it is that you are not content with in yourself. Start with especially that part in yourself, and tell the cells of that body part, sweetheart, I love you. You're perfect just the way you are. You don't need to change at all. I love you just the way you are. And then you start to say, you speak like that to yourselves, and you tell yourself, I love myself. And you can tell it right now. Put your hands on your heart, one hand on top of the other, so you really connect with your heart center. And you repeat these words now, either silently in your mind or out loud. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And let's connect soon.